Facebook, LinkedIn, who else? Periscope, who else? YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Hey y'all, yeah. Oh, we got eyes. We got action. We got. Hey. I'm on time for something. Ooh, ooh.
It's going down.
Ooh. What? He putting pressure on me. I gotta step my excellent up, P.
Very good. Yo, I hear you. You sound great. Let's rock and roll. All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to this episode of Profitology, the podcast where we study and break down the science of creating profit in our lives, in our businesses, and our finances. We dive into those numbers, the systems, and the strategies that entrepreneurs can follow and use today in order to achieve their dreams. So I want to thank y'all for joining us today. My name is Jeffries, also known as the Entrepreneur CFO. I'm the president of Diamond Equity Advisors, a full-service business consultancy and investment advisory firm specializing in cash management for businesses, as well as retirement planning for families. Known to our clients as the Cash Flow Concierge Company, we work with businesses and families across the country. So kind of our vision is to help close the wealth gap one business at a time. So before we get started, I typically like to start off with a thought of the day. And, today's thought of the day, I'm going to be kind of corny and use one of those quotes that a lot of us have heard before, that, your network is your net worth. And something that one of our previous guests said about, a guy's currency is your relationships. So I think those are super relevant as I think about the guest that we're about to bring on today, because she was actually referred to me from another long-standing client years ago, and we've been rocking with each other ever since. And so I've been able to actually see her journey from the inside. And when we decided that, hey, this month, for the next couple months, we're going to focus on what's one of our core company values, is being what's called an ecosystem engineer, which means we want to bring and shine light and exposure to our clients, because we love our clients. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for clients like Jada Jae, who we're about to bring on, okay? So what we want to do is just get laser focused and intentional about not just walking the walk, or talking the talk, but actually walking the walk when it comes to highlighting people that we care about, people who are supporting our business, and also people who just have a great story. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to bring on the guest here shortly, Jada Jae. We've been rocking here now, I think 4 or 5 years. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. And the reason I want to bring her on, this entrepreneurship journey is hard. And whoever tell you it ain't hard is lying. If they say entrepreneurship is easy, absolutely run from it. But being that I've been an entrepreneur, I've built a 7-figure real estate company. I've built multiple 6-figure businesses. We always hear, the story after the fact. What I mean by after the fact, you might see me like, oh man, Perry's company is growing and whatnot, but you don't know about when I lost my job, right? And I had to start from scratch. And the first quarterly check, I got about $750 to provide for my family for an entire quarter. But you don't hear about how, I lost an entire 7-figure real estate portfolio when the market crashed, right? Sometimes we don't hear those stories. And then, you'll read these different books and things of that nature, and they'll be like, hey, this entrepreneur like, yo, I was homeless, and then boom, boom, boom. But we never actually get to talk to them while they're in that transition phase. And that's why I wanted to bring this guest on, because I know her journey. And being a client of ours, what I've always loved about her is, regardless of what was going on, good, bad, and different, she never hesitated to hit me up, right, and say, hey, P, I got a question. Should I turn left? Should I turn right? And I've always admired it about her. And it's not about, oh man, you got to have a lot of money to work with a financial advisor. That's what a lot of people think. That's not necessarily true with our company, the Cash Flow Concierge Company. We just like to work with clients who, one, value our time and value our expertise. And this sister has always done that. So with that being said, y'all, I want to introduce one of our favorite clients. Stay on my cell phone texting me.
I do. I do, bro.
But her story is absolutely fire. We're actually going to hear from an entrepreneur who's building this thing from scratch, right? You know what I'm saying? And her story is phenomenal. And I'm not going to even try to tell her story. I'm going to let her tell you the story. But with that being said, yo, what up, sis?
Hey,
Jada
P.
Jae in the building. What's up?
Hey.
We hooping today.
Hey.
So, man, Jada, just tell the people your story because I think it's absolutely phenomenal.
Hey, everybody. First and foremost, I want to thank you, P, for allowing me to use your platform and speak on your platform. Beyond that, thank you for keeping my money game and my wisdom tight, sir, because without you, I told you years ago, I'm tired of bumping my head against the wall. I'm tired of making the same mistakes. I am not a trust fund baby. The money that I have to continue to allow that to grow in some way, and I need help, sir. So I thank you for helping me and believing in my little bit of money that I do have, sir, because it ain't long yet.
I appreciate you. We don't get along, but I appreciate you, sis.
Oh, we working. So, I guess we should start at the beginning of how we even connected. Shout out to Coach Sylvia Crawley. I call her affectionately Coach Crawley SC, who forgot she even made this connection between us. We're going to let you be great, SC. We're going to let you be great, yo.
Big shout out to Coach Crawley. She was on a previous episode. Make sure you go check her out.
Yes. So, and bringing that all together, just the nuggets that Coach Crawley has dropped over the years, and just me seeing her growth and what she does with her money. Like, SC's been so advanced. Like, she's been an inspiration that I can look up to. And like, no, if SC can do that, yo, sure enough, I can make this happen. I can make the same moves. Like, although like Coach Crawley is on a WNBA level, legendary, like, head women's basketball coach and NCAA and all that good stuff, like, she has allowed me to learn and grow. And through you, like, the network is your network. Like, my network has been growing through Sylvia Crawley. So I thank God for all his steps and all his angels that are placed into my life.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, with the God aspect, stepping out on faith, my last some years, P, have been, you know this, but the people may not, have been very eventful, to say the least. I was a student athlete. I was a professional athlete. I retired from the game because I broke my finger and had to come back home. Like so many athletes do, we retire. We all do. And we got to figure out the next steps. In those next steps, I've been a teacher. I've been a coach on a high school, college level, AAU level, personal trainer. I've been a service worker for the last 10 years, which I'm retired from now. And I'm starting a new chapter in life. So I've worn so many different hats. And where I am now, transitioning from the last job and currently where I am now, I'm in a lemonade-inspired transition of entrepreneurship.
Break down that lemonade. What do you mean when you say lemonade, Jada?
Lemonade meaning, as my big sis Beyonce, who I love, when life hand you some damn lemonades, damn it, as I quote, I'm going to Beyonce them bitches. I'm going to turn it to a marketing capital cash cow and figure this damn thing out.
No doubt.
I don't know how. I was actually studying for the GREs and going back to school and trying to figure out my next steps in life. I understand that I'm a little seasoned. I got wisdom and some life experiences, but it's some digital stuff that I need to learn about. So I wanted to start looking into going back to grad school, which I got accepted to. I'll be attending St. Francis College in Brooklyn in the wintertime. So shout out to Coach Network. Shout out to Coach Donnie Dotson, who recruited me in high school, who's now the athletic director over at St. Francis. So all I did was network, shot my shot. She said, if you get into school, I'm going to be working in her office in the wintertime. So network, turning lemons into lemonade. I've been retired from the county, and it was learning the transition where I literally have not had my own shelter, where I've been living from friends to friends. Thank God I've had angels along the way that have let me lay my head when I could have been in a shelter, because I honestly did not have, because COVID hit, unemployment was tied up, pension releasing being tied up, food stamps being tied up. Everything was just so tight, and I literally had nothing. So I had friends that let me live with them, and just so happened across my YouTube channel as I was studying for the GREs, something called van life started popping up on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And so in this van life, there were people that live inside their vans and they turn it into tiny homes. And they travel all around the world, either doing digital nomad work, digital marketing work, remote work all around the world, literally shipping these vans to different countries and being partnered with Amazon and Audible and all these different companies and seeing the world. Now here I am. I've been sitting behind a desk for the last 10 years, like trying to collect or build a pension, invest in the pension and all this other stuff. And for that to be a transition, now I'm freed up to do exactly what I've been asking God to open up to me. And Perry, when I tell you, I've been terrified, sir,
Yes, indeed.
of making wrong decisions and wrong steps. And because the money isn't long, I'm terrified to mess up. Here it comes, your wisdom, sir.
Indeed. So check this out. So big shout out to all the network and everybody showing love, right? And I think this story is just phenomenal because that fear that you have is what we all have, right? You know what I'm saying? In entrepreneurship, am I making the right step? Am I making the right moves? Am I turning left when I should be turning right? You know, and big up to you because of that humility. You reach out and be like, yo, this is what I'm about to do. Is my head right? So you've been able to leverage those relationships to kind of keep you on the square and narrow, which is absolutely phenomenal. And there's a huge lesson and a takeaway that any entrepreneur should listen to. You need to have people in your circle that actually, not just folks just talking out the side of their neck, but folks who actually have proven results.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
You can reach out to them and be like, yo, this is what I'm doing. I know you're a couple steps in front of me. Is what I'm doing, does that make sense, right? And that's super, super powerful. So let's bring this kind of, you know what I'm saying, let's start bringing this home a little bit. So currently right now, you're outfitting the van to live out of. This is going to be like the residence, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about this because I think this is, I don't know why it just puts a smile on my face because I know it's terrifying and fearful, but I know because of your network, because of God's grace, you're going to be cool and how this thing pans out is going to be a win, even if the experience. But tell us about this van life. Like literally, you living in the van, yo? Like,
yes, sir.
Break this down to us, please.
Literally. So how you and I connected back in like 2016 is because I wanted to start a media company. I started a Don't Judge My Life Media, in which is a digital marketing and consulting journalistic company, in which some of my biggest, shout out to Coach Crawley again, who I kind of was introduced to this media life through Monarch magazine. And through Monarch, I was blessed to live dreams when I'm walking on BET red carpets, at the BET Awards, at Black Girls Rock, at the Canadian red carpet events. Proved to cover the events, but it's how am I going to get there? Where am I going to stay when I get there? So my money has been shot the last couple of years. So some of my hardest things is that's been the hardest problem for me. So when this van life stuff started coming across my YouTube, I'm like, wait a minute, cut the middle man, build out a van, put an office in that bad boy, put a bathroom and shower in here. If I get approved to wherever I need to go, I am on the road. I am on tour. Let's go. It made sense. Watch the movement. It made sense. Let's get it. Like, I had a homegirl that we hooping. Like, let's go. We in the game now.
I love it. So what's so crazy about this, because this, again, I started off saying this entrepreneurship journey is so hard. And a lot of times what kills me is when cats don't keep it like funky 100. Let's just keep it 100 and transparent about this thing. This is hard. So like literally, if for folks who can't see this right now, who are listening to the podcast, literally, JadaJae is actually in her van right now. Like right now in the van, getting it fitted, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine, getting it souped up, because again, when she was handed lemon, you know what I'm saying? You know, leaving a previous career, you know, COVID hitting, not having access to funding, trying to figure out what the next move is. A lot of folks have crumbled during this time, Jada. Like, a lot of folks have, like, shut down, gone into major depressions, you know, just in a bad way because of the pandemic and everything else that goes along with it. So you could easily be, you know what I'm saying, could have said, man, I'm a victim. And man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not at the same job anymore. You know what I'm saying? My athletic career, you know what I'm saying, is ended. I'm retired from that. And we know how many hours we put in and that whole craft, right? And you got this vision. I mean, you could have easily broke down right now. And kind of with the title of our talk today, kind of bringing that back home, is we're talking about faith, determination through adversity. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag endurance. Just where have you been able to get this strength from, sis? Because again, I've been broke. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I walked home. I drove home one day in a custom-made suit to walk in and see my kids, my newborns, sitting in a room. Why the lights off? Or the electricity got turned off. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I've been there, right? A lot of us have been there, but you know, how have you been able to really, like, straight up take this lemon and turn it into lemonades? Let's talk a little about this faith and determination through adversity. Please.
You speak about lemons and lemonade. Beyonce keep coming in it's a beat that keep floating in I'm telling you, Beyonce, sis, we going to work together. I know you keep floating, keep sending your presence upon. That's why I'm looking out the door like this beat keep trying to interrupt. Beyonce keep trying to make it feel. I feel you, B. We going to work together, sis. I got you. But how I've been able to change these lemons into lemonade is legitimately faith in God. Like, P, when I tell you, it was nights that I was broken, and because I didn't have money to give these people that I was staying with. Like, I didn't have anything to offer them. I felt like a bum because I was even in this situation. Like, I've worked where I worked for the last 10 years. People think you making money. Nah, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. I was a single woman out here trying to do it by myself and help other people. Like, so for me, it was my faith, what was instilled in me. And now that faith now becoming my reality. Like, I don't have my grandmother anymore to pray for me. Like, I don't have, I got to learn to develop my own faith in this God thing. I got to learn how to real life step on. Because when I say I don't know how it's going to pan out, oh, Lord, Beyonce. Oh, that wasn't B. Shoe fly. Don't bother me. But it's been my faith in God. My faith in the promises that I'm reading in his word. And what we sitting up at, I was born and raised in Metropolitan Baptist Church. My grandmother had me in there almost every day of my life. Like, we was spoon fed this stuff. Now I'm at a point in my life when I'm grown as hell, and I have to now trust and apply those lessons into this real life world and believe that God will have me upon this journey. When it's people, when I tell you, P, wanted to break me, wanted to crush me, wanted me not to be here, wanted to be off dead somewhere, jumped off a bridge somewhere. It's people that real life wanted that and prayed that on me. And through God, he kept me. P, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend. It's times I did not want to be here, that I honestly tried to take my own life. Something God gifted me with. How dare I? How dare I? How dare I? Now I think like that, thank God. Now I'm on I'm a child. I'm sorry, I'm getting passionate about this faith thing, man.
No. Speak your truth, sis. Speak your truth. That's really because we got to tell the story, because you ain't the only one. I'm telling you, family, you're not the only one. There's a lot of us out here, man, regardless of what level we at, dealing with something, man. And we got to kind of go back to this faith piece, and it's totally cool, man. So speak your truth, mama.
And I didn't. And then another piece was, like, you see how much I text you. Imagine how much more I text Coach Crawley. So what I had to learn was I can't keep draining other people's energy and trying to get faith from other people. I got to knuckle down, me and God in this. So I'm going directly to my source. Cut the middleman. I said cut the middleman before. I'm cutting the middleman. I'm going directly to my God. And I got to believe that he got me. I got to believe that he going to work this thing out. And he keeps providing. P, when I tell you, I woke up this morning, my email, I'm telling you, God will keep providing. He will, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, he will provide. Now, in that provision, like, oh, my Lord, I'm sorry. because I gotta go back to those nights when I was cursing at God. Why am I here? I feel like a bum. I don't want to do this no more, God. And I'm not seeing how everything has been aligned. Every step in every direction I have gone has been aligned. Even when I was in places I wasn't supposed to be, still aligned. And I thank God for that. So I will continue to walk in his path. I will continue. Don't judge my life, y'all. I curse. I ain't no perfect saint. I curse. I do grown up stuff. But I do believe my God got me still.
Yeah.
I believe that, P.
Well, sis, here's the deal, and I'll share even just a little bit of my story.
Please do.
Just piggyback off of your piece. I've lost everything, right? You know what I'm saying? I remember the time I called my mom up and said, "Yo, I'm a millionaire." She's like, "What?" And then two years later, you know what I'm saying? I've lost everything. You know what I'm saying? Looking at multiple foreclosures, bankruptcies, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? I remember standing on my front porch and watching my Jag getting repoed. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding the vanity plates. While they repo my Jag, you know what I'm saying, and pulling down the street. So I've been there. You know what I'm saying, where I made myself, work my way back in corporate America that didn't have that position, taken away from me. They have to start from scratch. Then have to go in part-time at the gym as a personal trainer because as a financial advisor, I ain't making no money. Like, I've been there, right? And all of our stories are different. So I'm not trying to compare my story to your story, but what I'm saying is this. Hindsight being 2020, those situations gave me the skill set and the experience and the empathy that now, as the CEO of this company, right, Diamond Equity Advisors, and being an entrepreneur CFO, there's very little things that I see that a client comes to me and I say, "Hey, you can be transparent with me." It's like if you go into confession, you can be transparent with me because this is the no judgment zone. I've been straight up broke up and down several times and have made my way back. And now I see that actually God had me go through those experiences to prepare me for where I am right now because now I have expertise. I ain't going off about what I think could happen or what might happen. I'm going off, no, this is what actually happened in my life. So I say that to you as you continue to build that faith. Understand that he makes no mistakes and what you're going through is intentional and on purpose, and you continue to keep the faith, one, but also two, you continue to reach out to people who have, you know what I'm saying, who can mentorship. So we talk about a lot on this podcast about mentorship and relationships. That faith, going straight to your source, and then make sure you connect with the right people who are giving you, you know what I'm saying, good direction, right, positive, right, genuine. So like with that right there, it's going to be a win-win. But the deal is, we don't know the time frame, right? This could be a year from now. This could be 2 years from now, right? You know what I'm saying? My age right now, so I would have thought I would have been a multi-millionaire by now. I'm not. But guess what? I can run down my list of people that became millionaires because they rocked with me, right?
Ooh, talk that talk, P.
I made this person millionaire because of me. So then when you start to take a step back, sis, and you're like, yo, okay, God put me here to be, you know what I'm saying, to help other individuals become a steward of good money, right? Steward of their money. That's my role here, is to help create these millionaires. So that's why our vision is to help close the wealth gap one business at a time, right? Because we understand how powerful entrepreneurship is. So I get it now, and I say this to you as you walking through your journey. You keep doing what you're doing because, you have just some phenomenal people around you who support you, straight up and down.
I'm blessed.
You just have a good year for sure. So check this out, man. Right now, are you taking clients? Like, where are you in your transition? Because this is the part of the book we hear about these entrepreneurs who made it. You know what I'm saying? From the bottom to the top. Like, we're still kind of just hovering over the bottom right now, and we're in transition. Where are you right now? Are you taking clients now? Are you, still trying to get funding to get the van outfitted? Where are you in your process right now?
So right now, literally, we're doing, thanks to Coach Carly, she did set up a GoFundMe for the van process, the actual van build out process. I'm literally in here because I don't want to exhaust, like, I have to go to my resources of what I have of people that can help. And in that, building out the literal van the whole project is been funded by a lot of different entities and a lot of different people that's been helping. Like I'm reaching out to sponsors to get sponsorship partnerships with different companies, or I'm not tapping my resources of my network because I know everybody's going through it right now. Everybody's going through hardship. So I'm trying not to tap my resources, but still I'm blessed for the resources. So herein lands the YouTube channel where I need everybody to go follow JadaJae21, where I'm trying to build up the audience, where I even have to have 1,000 subscribers to even partner with YouTube.
Right. Yes.
So that's when where I look might be aggravated when I'm pushing, like, please go subscribe, please go like and share. Like, but nah, this is the business steps to building up the legacy. Currently I'm not taking clients right now for pay. I am always offering advice I have for social media, for digital marketing, for building content and anything like that. And it might be a little foolish because I'm not taking money right now, but I don't want to do that to my clientele because I know this takes so much of my mental space, my literal labor time. So I would not want to, be juggling and not doing my clients right at that point in time.
So we need to get the foundation. We need to get, get that stabilized with the band and things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
So ways we can support JadaJae, y'all. So one, definitely go to the YouTube. If y'all didn't
Please.
know that, at 1,000 followers on the YouTube, you can start, getting paid and sponsorships and ads and things.
Sure, yes.
So make sure y'all go follow her. She'll follow back if you have your own YouTube. And again, let's continue to build this ecosystem because if one of us win, we all win. That's how our focus has to be. It has to be around. Until I said this to a networking group one time, it's like, P, man, why don't you really rock with networking groups anymore? I said, so here's the deal. Typically, networking groups, everybody's out like, hey, what can I get out of a networking group? Hey, which client can I get and whatnot? I said, until we get intentional about being concerned about somebody else's pockets, then it's not a networking group, right? So with that being said, y'all, that's how we create this ecosystem of entrepreneurship and we help close this wealth gap. So without even going to the GoFundMe, we still want y'all to go check out the GoFundMe. We'll have a link for that. But at least go
please
to the YouTube and get the followers on there and share that with folks. So that's absolutely phenomenal. Okay, cool. So I understand exactly where you are right now. So sis, we both played basketball. Right?
Yes, sir.
What position did you play?
I was a power forward center.
Okay, cool. So are there any lessons from playing the sport which have helped you with respects to what you're doing right now? Because we talked about faith, determination, adversity, #endurance. And when I see those words put together, I immediately go back to my previous athletic career. So, what lessons have you learned from just playing the game, which is transitioning over now to your business?
And that's a very good question, Pete, because I was on myself for this. And I realized what I wasn't doing from my athletic days, which could incorporate and make my business. I was good on the court, understood the amount of time, dedication, what I had to do. I was doing it. The dedication, the consistency, the being on your game day in, day out, no matter what. And I realized I was not bringing the same thing to my business. Even building this brand, I was not building that same consistency, that same drive, that same I knew, although I didn't get burned my first 2 years of college, it wasn't that I wasn't nice. Nah, I didn't know how to politically play the game to get on the court. And even when I got on the court, I still didn't want to politically play the game, but I was so nice, you couldn't deny me my chance anymore. You couldn't deny me anymore. I'm wiser now. Understand now, okay, I got to politically play the game to get where I need to be on this business side. I got to be able to market this thing the right way. I got to be able to speak and consistently show to my consumers and these customers my numbers that are always coming in, but I got to be consistent with that. So I think that's what I pulled from being an athlete. P, when I tell you, I think Coach Crawley, I don't want to toot my own horn, but Coach Crawley said this to me. She was like, I was one of the most hardcore determined athletes on the court she ever coached. Like, I won because we wasn't winning at Fordham. We weren't winning. I wasn't used to that. I came from Malcolm X Shabazz High School. We only lost 7 games in 4 years. Like, who? And then I wasn't starting at Fordham. What? This don't even make sense to me. Like, but I understood I had to get to work. Like, what I wanted on that court, I had to get to work. So what I'm pulling now is that my consistency, my damn dedication, I have to schedule. I have to stick to the schedule and do it. And it must be day in and day out. Whether on the court or in this business world.
Man, now you're dropping some fire right now. You're talking my language. Consistency. Get to work in that dedication and stick to the schedule. So I find that a lot of former athletes do well in business when they start to connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, this athletic piece was it's very similar to what we're doing from a business standpoint. So you hit that nail on the head. We just did a fourth quarter meeting on Sunday with my team. So it's kind of like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, that timeout, you know what I'm saying, going to the fourth quarter, like, all right, y'all. It's the last quarter of the game. Yeah, right. Put your fingers up. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is what we need to do. This is the play we need to run, the whole nine. And it was funny because I went back into coaching mode too. Like, yo, this fourth quarter. This is what we need to do to get done.
Game time.
These are the points we put up. These are the stats. This is what's working, what's not working, and then let's make that pivot. And then that dedication piece. So you said something about sticking to the schedule. As athletes, we know, like, okay, cool, we're going to get into the gym, we're going to get these shots up, we're going to work on this ball handling, whatever the case may be. But talk a little bit about that as just a kind of some value add for the entrepreneurs when you said stick to the schedule. Like, tell us a little bit more about what you meant by that.
So me being in social and digital marketing and consulting, it is imperative to if you're trying to market, if you're trying to build an audience, if you're trying to do anything on this e-commerce, it's imperative for you to have a calendar and a schedule of when your audience is at its peak eyes on your content. The right time for you to post on a Monday, as opposed to a Tuesday where your audience might not be up until 7 o'clock, where on a Monday they're up at 6 because this just is for me. Like, it's important for me to now go to my analytics, go to my numbers. Same thing we were doing in sports. We were looking at our field throw percentage. We were looking at our rebound percentage.
Rebounds, turnovers, the whole nine. The numbers, what's the stats?
If they would have broke that to me down at Fordham, as I figured that out in life, I would have been banging macro and whatever that economics was that I dropped I would have been, y'all just wasn't explaining that the right way. I needed to hear it a different way real quick. But it's the same concept. It's the same exact concept. So, like, scheduling, make sure my content is being pushed on Sundays. I set my schedule. I know this time is what I need to do. On Mondays, I might do a Man Crush Monday. Tuesday, I do something Tuesday, like having my schedule set up where every day my content is pushed out at the right time, that I'm getting the max number of the max audience. So that's where it goes into now the digital concepts, the digital marketing, the digital advertising. Because why would I waste my time posting something at 12 o'clock when I only have 5 people online? If I can hold that post till 6 p.m. and I got over 3,000 eyes on my content, it makes more sense, and I'm not working harder.
Wow, man. Okay, now we getting into my lane right now because I don't know if you know, I'm a nerd. So my degree was in math with a minor in biology, so that's So now you're talking about these analytics, right? And not being a business major, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I had to learn when I went into business for myself. Was I knew how to invest money, I knew how to manage money, but I didn't know how to run a business. That's a different skill set, right? And then in running that business, as I've kind of evolved into this CFO space, it comes down to the data, or kind of, as you put it, your analytics, not knowing your numbers, not knowing knowing your numbers can actually kill your business, but it can kill the game too. So like, if you're not looking at the stats and you're not saying that, yo, this cat is like 0 of 20 right now, we need to stop feeding him. You know what I'm saying? We need to go to this, right? If you don't know your stats and your analytics, you're killing your numbers. So folks who have listened to this, entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, you gotta know your numbers. And so what JadaJae is talking about is your numbers from a marketing standpoint. You gotta know your numbers, right? So you gotta always have 3 systems in place for your business. You gotta have a system for your marketing. You gotta have a system. You gotta have a system for your operations, and you gotta have a system for your financials. So what JadaJae is kicking to us right now, and make sure y'all go check her out. Don't Judge My Life. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of the company again? Don't Judge My Life.
Don't Judge My Life Media, guys.
Yeah. Don't Judge My Life Media. He's giving y'all some science right now. It is so much power in understanding the data and being able to make data-driven decisions. So, sis, I thank you for that. That's absolutely fire.
And on my audience too, because I would be surprised. My Instagram audience is way different than what I would have thought in my own head. Had I not had the numbers to show me that, here's what I mean about this. My Instagram numbers, where my core audience is 73% male. Literally nothing I post on social media is geared towards the male audience. Other than what I know is men are very visual. So a lot of my thirst trap pictures are what men are coming towards. But when I'm catching them, although they're only seeing the picture, I'm getting the women with my captions, because that's all I'm doing. I'm inspiring us ladies to have self-confidence. Like it just took me 36 years for me to be fully comfortable in the skin that I'm in. But I wouldn't know that had I not watched my analytics. Had I not known that, why in the world do I have this many male? And nothing I'm posting is geared towards men. But I understand my numbers now. So if I can now market to men and their girlfriends, they'll buy whatever I have, whatever I'm selling for their girlfriends because they on my page. So if I have a banging sweat, I got a company that donated bathing suits. A group of us went to Jamaica and they gave us all bathing suits. Now a lot of the eyes I had on the number with the guys. Nope. But they buying it for their girlfriends. But I understood how to market that because I understood my audience. Now my Facebook audience is way different than and you'll learn that that's all marketing. Your Facebook audience is different than your Instagram audience. The Twitter audience is different than your
LinkedIn audience. Yeah.
LinkedIn, you gotta be clean cut. Like the money on LinkedIn, people sleeping on LinkedIn, but the money, them CEOs, the marketing, that's on that LinkedIn. Like people sleeping on that my age, sleeping on that LinkedIn. That's where they need to be.
That's absolutely fire right there. So that's some fire right there, y'all. So know your numbers, know your audience, y'all. We got some fire going. All right, so JadaJae, so check this out. I was scrolling through my feed one day and I came across one of your posts. I think it's one of your videos. And you was sharing a story like, hey, yo, I'm getting rid of, clothes because I can't have this stuff. So talk a little bit about that, because I think sometimes entrepreneurs don't know that sometimes you got to get lean in order to move, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to take the same baggage that you had.
Talk that talk, P.
You ain't going to be able to take that same baggage.
Talk that talk.
So talk a little bit about that, man, because right now, van life, you got to get lean because you can't have a whole bunch of clutter and whatnot in the van. So talk a little bit about that.
Yo, just literally on the physical of the things that you were speaking of, and then the thought of me being lean from a lot of the relationships and people that God has stripped me from.
Oh my goodness,
the relationships and like when I tell you, P, when I man, it's people when I'm so man. Oh man.
Take your time, sis. Yeah.
I'm so connected in these streets, in my network, especially in the city of Newark. Everybody know Jay. Because they raised me. Yeah. When I tell you, when I was turning to these people and I could not, it was nothing. There was nothing for me out here. People said they would help. People said, oh, but you got to meet me here at this time. Well, I can't get there because I'm volunteering to do this. And I'm walking. And I'm walking back and forth trying to meet you. And we still disconnected. So I had to get, again, God shaking it. Get lean, Jay. Get lean, Jay. You can't take that same baggage. I love my city of Newark, New Jersey. When I tell you I'm a brick city girl, I've been rooting for me.
Big shout out to Jersey. Big shout out to Jersey. Newark, Jersey in the building.
Big shout out. Big shout out to Brick City. I've been a Brick City girl before we was gentrified, before white America came through and made it cool for people to come through downtown Newark. Like, I've been shouting out downtown Newark. But when I understand that sometimes, and it's from verse in the Bible, you got to get moved away or something like that. I know I'm misquoting it, but God will move you away for him to bring you around. It's something like that. And with this van life, I'm literally being stripped from people. I'm literally having to remove stuff that I don't need. I have years and years of gear, years and years of clothing. If stuff I don't wear, I no longer wear it. Why do I need it? What is it? What purpose is it serving in my life? So now I'm a minimalist. Like, when I tell you I rock the same stuff and don't care, don't judge my life. I said that in the first episode of my van life tour on YouTube. Y'all gonna see me rocking the same stuff over and over again. As long as my Steve Jobs, I believe, was one of them, they bank accounts are long, looking like a bummy.
Turtleneck, mock turtleneck, rocking the same stuff. There's a lot of CEOs who say like, "Yo, I don't want to waste any time trying to figure out what I'm going to wear, so I just stack up on the same T-shirt, the same jeans, the same sneaks, and I'm out." So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? You just follow the clues. Success will tell you what it look like.
Facts. I'm on that wave, P. Like, if you judge me by what I got on the outside, then you missing out. Because I know who I am. I know what well, now, thank God, because of you. Thank you, P, for helping me connect with the stocks and all that good stuff too, man, and putting me on. I know what my money looking like now. Now I know that. All right, y'all could look on the outside and might see me living out a van, and she a bum. Like, she did nah. It's coming together. It's coming together, and I don't have to falsely present to anybody about what I need all that stuff for.
So check this out, man, and it's so crazy. I think it's one of those deals, as we kind of start to bring this home, sis, is when we think about the pandemic, one of my clients, we get a call, I'm trying to think about the quote, she said something to the effect of, how can the pandemic make me better? I think that's one of the questions that I think that she asked, if I'm not misquoting her. And it was such a powerful quote, because what this pandemic did, it took away a lot of the fluff. It got us crystal clear on what we actually need and what we don't need.
True.
Right? It got you crystal clear, like, man, I don't really need that. This is what I need. So what's my necessity versus what's my want, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me stack this savings. Let me figure out what I can cut, what I can use to get lean. And what I shared with folks on a previous podcast, it was like, yo, use this pandemic as the opportunity to create your wealth budget. And catch like, what you mean, your wealth budget? But here's the deal. And when you're forced to get lean during this pandemic because of job loss, because of closings, things of that nature, unemployment, just all those things that we talked about. When you get lean, whatever that budget that you create in this market, in this environment, keep that same budget when you come out of it, because that's the budget that's going to help you become wealthy. Because when you start to have that surplus again, you're going to be so used to living so lean that when that surplus come in, anything above that is going to be abundance, and now you're going to be able to rock and do different things with it. So that's super powerful, because what you've done in this pandemic, like when I say got lean, you got super lean. Like, you getting rid of rent and mortgage payments.
Facts.
Right? You getting rid of clothes.
Yo.
You getting rid of bad like, you getting lean and mean so that you can move the way that you need to move. And I think that's why I was so excited to have you on here, fam, because the story is real. And we're not transparent enough as entrepreneurs, as Black folks, you know what I'm saying, just as a culture, as a country. That transparency, a lot of times we're gonna put on that facade like, oh man, I'm out here killing it. Like, the fact that you sitting in the van right now, we got the toilet paper joint up in the corner.
Dang, I ain't even I forgot that was up there. Hey, yo.
can't get no more 100.
Yo, my bad, yo. I ain't even.
That's what.
Yo.
Blow your nose, whatever, yo. So, but it's like
wasn't even paying that attention. I was in your. You was dropping nuggets on me, peace. I was here, man. My bad, America.
But this is, I think, it's just so powerful because what you have done is what I wish so many more people would do, Jada, is you've embraced your current situation. You've opened it up for us to see.
Mm-hmm.
And you're living your truth in this utmost truth. And you are going to be, and you don't know this, as you're going through your journey, you are absolutely going to inspire other people. Like, you don't even know this, you're inspiring me. It's like this is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if I could get the wife and the twins into a band. They gotta be like,
nah, the baby girl's ready to go, P. You baby girl's ready.
The twins, they like that. Let's rock and roll, right? But what you're doing is you're inspiring people with honesty and transparency about, hey, when the world gives you lemonade, go ahead and when the world gives you lemons, make some lemonade or a margarita or take you a shot of tequila and then you figure that thing out. And you took what you had, you use your network and your resources, and now you're on a trajectory, and I'm just excited to be a part of the story. Just when this thing grows, just give me a shout out and be like, yo, my man P, my financial advisor, because I remember when you came to me, 4 or 5 years ago, it was like, hey P, I got this big chunk of money. It was just like, hey, I just need some understanding.
Yeah.
Right? And what I love, it was like, well, here's the deal, my time costs money. He was like, but how much it costs? I sent you an invoice, boom, you paid that, and we're off to the races. Because you value my time. So, and because of that, I value you so much and just wish nothing but the best for your family. So, super fire. So, with that being said, what's a takeaway or something you want to share with the audience with respects to, your journey, your entrepreneurship as you're on your journey right now? Because we're catching you at like the beginning
literally.
Of your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's something you want to share with the audience?
Hey, I'm gonna be 100. Don't judge my life, y'all. Y'all gonna watch the movement. Just don't judge my life. Just understand that, yo, I'm from a pure place. Like, and it's not any negativity. Like, I'm not trying to be on that movement. And how I'm inspiring people, I don't know, cause I'm literally out here. I don't have no choice but to get it right now, P. Like, my whole mother, father, grandmother, everybody is on the other side. My heavenly angels got my back, and all I gotta depend on is me. So I don't have no choice but to get this right. Just don't judge my life in me building this process, y'all. Come along on the ride.
Join the movement.
Join the movement.
Don't just watch the movement. Join the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because Jada's story is our story. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, you hit rock bottom, and you may hit rock bottom you know what I'm saying, sometime in the future. Right? Your story, that's what I love about this story, that your story is our story. Right? At some point in time. At some point in time, you're going to hit rock bottom, and you're going to need to figure out how to pivot and what you need to do. And being creative and saying, well, you know what? I could just sit back and be sad, but no, this is what I'm going to do. So don't just watch the movie, y'all.
Join it, yo. Over at YouTube, JadaJae, join me on everything. All my tags are the same for marketing purposes, guys. That's another lesson for you guys. My e-courses will be coming, $19.99. That will be coming soon. My marketing e-courses, making all your tags the same. People are lazy. They don't make them long and elaborate. All my tags meaning where you can find me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, at Jada, JAE21. That's simple. That's everywhere, across the boards. At JadaJae21. The website is at JadaJae.com. And watch the movement, y'all. Join the movement. Come on this ride. We here. We taking it now, P. I was terrified when I dropped this. You know, I called you mad times, P.
About to get the van. Like, what's the best way to do this?
Terrified. But we on this movement. We here. Yeah. The entrepreneurship. build the legacy, to build the American dream of no longer having to depend. Well, everybody's story gonna be different. Everybody's story gonna be different. So let me not push that on. But we at the baseline, y'all. Watch the movement, y'all. We building, P.
Yeah, for sure. So hey, go follow JadaJae on all your on your favorite social media platforms. You'll be able to check her out on our Facebook and whatnot. And then also too, make sure you share this. Somebody needs to hear this story. If something resonated with you in this story, with some of the gems that JadaJae was dropping on us today, whether it's the marketing gems and understanding the analytics, or where it's focused on that faith piece, or somebody who's just in a bad place right now, potentially dealing with depression, or just need, just some encouragement. Make sure you share this. Don't hold on to this. Make sure you share this. Share this with your loved ones. Share this with that entrepreneur who's starting out from scratch or who has hit a stumbling block. Just do that, y'all. And also, too, if it's in your heart, we had a link in there for the GoFundMe for JadaJae, so she can help, continue to help build out the van. Be a part of that.
My van name is Tootie. I'm sorry, I never mentioned that because we keep saying the van. I'm sorry, Tootie. I don't want you to feel no type of way.
Oh, my bad, Tootie. Respect. Respect, Tootie. Respect, Tootie. But here's the deal. I'm not real big on GoFundMes. Those who know that, me being an advisor and whatnot, when I see GoFundMes for funerals and whatnot, it drives me crazy because that means that somebody was irresponsible and didn't put insurance in place and things of that nature. But when I see this story, like, this is something I want to get behind because I want to be a part of that story. So if it's in your heart, make sure, send a couple dollars, whatever the case may be. It's going to be crazy appreciated. And as always, because we are the ecosystem engineer, when we bring our clients on here, you're bringing on people that I vouch for, people that are in my circle, in our circle, and we're continuing to build this thing out. So watch the movement, but also join the movement. Last but not least, make sure if you haven't subscribed to Profitology with Perry Jeffries, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on our social media as far as YouTube, IG. Go to PerryJeffries.com. We have a bunch of great content on there. And then if you're ready, to go to the next level, you want to be a part of the ecosystem engineer movement, make sure, you can connect with us, get on the calendar. We're happy to have somebody on our team speak with you. With that being said, y'all, JadaJae in the building, Van life, don't judge my life, watch the movement, the whole nine, sis. You bless somebody on this one. Whether somebody is going to listen to this and be blessed. And, I'm just happy to be a part of your journey, sis. So, with that being said, family, we'll talk to you here soon. I'm sure you're going to be texting me sometime here in the next week.
Show enough, because I got to go drop more money, sir. And I'm scared right now, man.
No doubt. So, but with that being said, sis, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us and being a part of the Profitology, mama.
Yes, sir. Thank you, P.
All right. You're welcome. Peace.
Oh, thank y'all for tuning in. Who stuck around? Hey, y'all. Let me see who at. Hey, family. Hey. Oh, I gotta figure out how to chat in the chat while I'm on the chat and all that good stuff. Hey, Erica. Hey, L. Morning, B. Hey, Devin. Is that my Devin? Who are you? No, that's not my Devin. Hey, Mont. Bulldog. Hey, everybody. Hey, couldn't communicate with you guys as I was on the live. I'm gonna figure that out too. But don't judge my life, y'all. I'm doing this in steps. Like, speaking of, I gotta fill that whole panel right there. And I need to go. I got a lot of work to do, guys. Don't judge my life. I just got okay. So I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. All 19 of you guys that still are here, watching the movement. My eyebrows not even. They probably not. Don't judge my life. I don't know how to do makeup in real life, but I be don't. Nope, they not either. Or maybe I'm tilted. I think the van is like. I'm kind of sick. Don't. I'm a nerd, y'all. I thank you guys for rocking with me. We're going to have the full podcast up and popping. I'm going to release that later on for everybody so you can see who Perry is and who I was speaking to. And my computer's about to die anyway, so that was right on time. I thank you guys for rocking out with JadaJae. Don't Judge My Life Media. Continue, please like, share, and subscribe at JadaJae21 across the board on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, everywhere at JadaJae21.com. Head over to the website at JadaJae.com. And guys, watch the movement. We here. We here. Don't judge my life while we here, y'all. I curse. I was clean because that was P. That was on some business stuff. So, but don't judge my life outside of this. I curse in real life. All right, y'all. I'm about to get to work, charge up all my devices and stuff, and I need to get to work. That's up. That's it. Don't judge my life. Later, y'all. Deuces. I know you about to chill. We here. Later, y'all.